The power of video. I got to tell you guys, I started this journey a few months ago, and it was my buddy Alex that, he's huge on YouTube. Actually, his wife Mimi, Icon, if you want to search their handle is Luxy Hair. And Alex has built a multi-million-dollar company with YouTube videos. And they're an amazing couple and brand and obviously product. But he was talking to me about kind of my blogging and speaking. He thought you should really be doing videos. And at first I dismissed it. I was like, I don't have time for YouTube and videos. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it was scary. I was thinking, I was like, wow, I don't even know if I could do this. Like, what am I going to sit there with my iPhone and talk to myself? Like, how weird would that be? I don't know if you've ever tried doing that, just shooting a video by yourself in a room. It's like, it's probably the most awkward thing you can do. But he challenged me to do it. He said, hey, why don't you do it for a few months, do it once a week, and just see, maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. And obviously we're here today, I think, a dozen plus videos since then. And honestly, it's just been an amazing journey. I've even had my buddy Michael Gebbs, or Gebbs, you can check him out, Gebbs TV, I believe. And I mean, this guy's a pro, where he has like a studio and he just gets in front and he goes, and he's just such a positive dude. To now my friend Blake, recently, he's like, hey man, I like the YouTube videos and they're good, but why don't we challenge each other and we'll do like a 30-day challenge of just iPhone videos as we walk and talk down, like live our lives. So I was like, all right, here's another challenge, I gotta say yes. So that's kind of my thing. If you challenge me and it's not ridiculous, now don't get some ideas and challenge me in the comments below. But if it's a good idea, especially when it comes to video, I'm gonna try it. So I'm really excited to kick that one off. That'll only be on my Facebook page, so you can check that out there. But to me, the interesting thing about video is it challenges you in three ways, right? The first is it challenges you to have a message, to ask yourself, what do you want to share? What do you want to teach? Because I feel like that's a huge challenge, right? Where you're like, well, I don't know what am I going to talk about? What do people want to hear? Because if nobody wants to go on video and have no interactions or nobody like it or view it. So, just trying to figure out, what can I teach or what can I say that'll create value for other people? And that was like the first thing that really hit me when I thought about doing this kind of on a schedule, was how am I going to come up with things to say? It turns out, for me anyways, it was like problem solved. All I did, crazy idea, I asked my email list. I asked you guys. I said, what do you want to hear from me? What questions do you have for me? And I now have, I think, like 175 different types of unique questions that I can answer. And I think most of us, if you have a business, you can ask your customers, what are the questions your customers ask you? What questions do you wish your customer would ask you? Then you shoot these videos. So I don't know. I just thought that was one of the neatest things, is just challenge yourself to figure out what's your message. The other one is to learn to tell stories. As I started off this video telling you that story about Alex and how he challenged me, when you're in front of a video, you can't just be all like, oh, you got to do X, Y, and Z, and then this thing happens. And that's not what people want to hear, right? They want content, they want to learn, they want education, but they want it wrapped in story, because that's just how our brains are wired. It's why we spend money to go to movies. So, video is just a really great way for me to try to understand what is story made up of, and I actually went as far as talking to authors of published novels, to my buddies that create movies, understand structures of movies and the different things, and it was just a fascinating journey so far, but just understanding how to tell more compelling stories to really ensure that the content sticks and that it gets out to people. The other thing that I feel is just super fascinating is just how do you be present in front of a camera? I mean, truthfully, I'm here with my buddy Jarrett, and we're shooting this, and it's kind of weird because I'm talking to a camera. I know you're watching this. That person, you're sitting there at your desk, and you're like, me? Yes, you. It's so weird to just talk to you, even though there's lights and there's camera and there's my buddy Jarrett. But I know that the more I can be present, the more I can be genuine and kind of have a conversation with you, that challenge of trying to get better at that's what's going to make these videos better. I mean, go look at my history and sort by oldest to newest, and you can see how ridiculous I was in the beginning because I didn't understand how it worked. So, I mean, those are the three big things. If you think about it, it's really the challenge to share your message, learn how to tell stories, and then how do you feel comfortable in front of a camera? If you learn those things, I can't tell you how valuable and transferable those are to business, to presenting, to just being present with your kids, to having conversations with loved ones. Like, it's really interesting how this journey around shooting videos has really just made me a better, I think, person. right? Where I'm just more thoughtful and aware of things going on around me. So I'd love for you to like this video so that it gets more people to see it. Leave me a comment below and let me, if you've been shooting videos or if you're hesitating to shoot videos, ask me some questions or let me know what you did to overcome that fear. I want to challenge you guys all to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday.